just states, all our videos are ready. I've been able to split all of them into shorter videos that I can send to you guys on WhatsApp. But because I have not gotten feedback that you guys have watched all the ones I sent, that's why I don't want to send more, so it doesn't become too many. You know, when there are plenty, you may tend to get scared of watching and all the rest of them. So please, when you're done watching the ones I've sent, let me know so that I can send more. But whatever be the case, I think I will say, because I have not sent the one for day 2 and the one for day 3. And I think today is day 5 already. So let's try and watch these videos. It will help us a lot. And again, our week 1 assignment has been dropped. So do well to go through and see how well you can fare. If there are issues, you can always reach out to me. I'm here to assist in any way that I can. Okay? Alright, so let's continue. We'll be looking at the sum if function, count if function, and then sum ifs and also count ifs. Alright? Okay, so what are they used to do? They are used to sieve your table or your data set. Just as we did the time we did filtering and sorting. Okay, this is also used to filter your table based on some conditions or criterion. All right, so if you are sieving your table based on a single condition, we call it sum if. But if the condition is more than one, that's when you now hear of sum ifs. Sum ifs. Okay, then for count if you are counting based on one single condition, you say count if. If it's more than one, of course, that automatically becomes count ifs. All right. So by the time we start writing the function, I'm sure you understand it better. So behold, the data set you're going to be working with is the HRO data that has serial number column, departments, remote, that's the status of work. Some are working remote, some are working half-time, some full-time, and all the rest of them. The next column is the hire dates. We also have the year column, and of course salary, and then job rating. Okay. Now on this other side, as I've highlighted, is what we call the criteria table. The criteria table. Okay. So what we are trying to find out is how much we pay to the ICT guys in this organization. That's the sum total of their salary. That is what the sum if will allow you to find out. Okay. On the other hand, the count if allows you to count the number of the staff members you have in ICT, production units, account management, and so on. So the way it works is, of course, it's a function. You start with the equal sign. Please, if you can see my screen, kindly watch and see what I'm doing. When I'm done, I'll give you time to replicate at your end. Okay? So we'll start with the equal sign. You write your function sum if. Then you open it with the tab key. Please be careful with the arguments you're supplying. You need to understand what each argument stands for so you'll be able to supply them correctly. Okay? Now, argument 1 is saying range. Argument 2 is saying criteria. Argument 3 is saying sum range. Now, let's go ahead and understand these arguments. Now, as long as the sum if function is concerned, criteria determines your range. I'll take it again. Your criteria is what determines what your range is going to be. And in this criteria table, as we have here, you'll agree with me that criteria 1 is what? ICT. Okay? And ICT is found where? In the department. I take it again. Our criteria, as long as the criteria table is involved, include ICT, that's criteria 1, and then the next one is production units, and then the rest of them. All right. So if that is the criteria, it means the range will now be the department column. Like I said earlier, the criteria determines the range. Okay. Now let us go and pick the range. So you click on the first department, you use Control Shift downward arrow to get to the end, and you lock it by pressing your F4 key just once. For Marianne, you have to use your FN and then F4. Once you've locked it, you put your comma. It moves to the criteria, it moves to the second argument, which is your criteria. And criteria, of course, is your ICT, which is here. You just pick it from here, you put the comma again. The last argument says sum range. What are you summing? Remember, it is the salary column. So you click the first salary, Control Shift downward arrow to get to the last, and then you also lock it with your F4 button. Close the function and hit enter. It gives you the salary that you pay to all the ICT staff members in this organization, and then you can, of course, autofill to get the salary that you pay to other staff members in this organization. Please, let's try it at our own end. Or if you have a question, please ask before you try it at your end. Go ahead. That's the department column, right? Okay. What's that? You mean the cell name, the cell address, or cell reference? Okay. Once you lock, okay, let's do it again. Once you after locking the department, you put a comma. All right. And the next thing will be to lock to select your range. So let's do it again. Sum if. Now, before you okay, when you lock the department, which is this, the next thing to do is to put your comma and then select your criteria. And we agree that criteria is what? ICT, right? So that's where you got it, that's where you made a mistake, right? Okay. So once you don't have to come to the table, you just pick your criteria from here. Once you click on the ICT cell, you put your comma. You don't lock anything at that point. The only place you lock is the range and then the sum range. Okay. All right. So go ahead and then pick your salary column because that is what the sum range is. You lock it and then you close your function. When you hit enter, it gives you the answer. Now it's saying 76,244 naira. Now, if we filter this table, manually, let's filter the ICT guys out. This ICT. Now, if you sum up their salary, it gives you the same answer. Can we try it at our own end? Samuel, I hope you're following. Okay, okay. All right. So can we try this? Can we try getting the sum? You know, you were not in class when we did cell reference. Cell reference. That this one here. If you had been in class, you understand what we mean by locking a cell, locking a row, locking a column. No, ask a and you've not watched the video. That's another thing. You've not watched the videos. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, he's there. Yes, he's there. Come in. Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's why you can't save my bond with
Don't start because it's okay. Samuel, you said you don't have the material. Oh, really? How come you're just saying that now? Okay, but what if I share the material again on our WhatsApp group chat? Would that be okay? Mm. Are you serious? Huh. And that would have been so stressful. Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, so sorry. So sorry, so sorry. Okay. Let me quickly share the material again. Let me just share it again right now while we are in class so that you can easily join the class. Okay. So just hang on while I share right away. Okay. And then again, after this class, I may have to send all your videos though. I may have to just do that because keeping the videos is not helping me. It's just that but you guys have to watch these videos though. I beg of you, please. You have to promise me that you watch all of them. Okay, let me close this guy. Don't say.